Nocturnal news. Welcome, my friends. Good evening. Okay, so let's get right to it. I've been gone for a while, dealing with some family things. Family comes first. And in the meantime, I spent a little bit of time at NASA taking the VIP tour. Now, what you're looking at here, these are samples, rock samples taken from the asteroid. You guys remember this one here when NASA, slammed in the satellite into the asteroid and brought back samples. Well, I got to see them with my own two eyes, if you believe it's real, okay? Which I do think it is. Now that right there, that's actually a piece of the moon, but this is the sample right here, the Orion Rex. Now the display set up at NASA, it's very difficult to see, honestly. You can see me kind of bending down there and zooming in with my camera, like almost full zoom, to see this tiny, tiny little piece of debris brought back from, this asteroid. But it's pretty cool to see, to think that there's something, the size of the Empire State Building floating around up in space, and NASA went up there and, ran into it like getting rear-ended in traffic, okay, and then brought back these awesome samples. Now, right here is a little piece of Mars, okay, and when I'm looking at this, I asked myself, is this real? Or is this some freaking garden rock that, NASA, polished up and made, to look like something otherworldly or out of this world? Every time I go and see these things that are, on display at NASA, every time I ask myself that. This was apparently brought back during Apollo 17. And I've seen that before. It's actually in the lunar vault right here. Now, all of these are apparently real moon rocks brought back throughout, various different Apollo missions. I believe these are all 17, like that one there, 15498. You see that the ID numbers there is 60015. And what I find odd is they all look metallic, and of course I know the makeup of the moon and asteroids, whatever, there's a lot of different metals, and even in Earth, okay, we have all the precious metals, but I ask myself, is this something they just made, or is this real? Now, this was a little piece of Mars, okay. Now, these are crops that they're growing in, like on the ISS, and these were actually brought back down to Earth from the ISS, and they're talking about cultivating Mars, or terraforming Mars. I'm sure you guys have heard of that theory, and this is the beginning stages of that. So it's kind of cool to think that in 100 years or whatever, we can transform a planet to be more Earth-like. Okay, that's basically what I think it's terraforming. Not an expert. Okay, right here, this is the 747 airliner that held the space shuttle. Okay, the shuttle's on top of this thing, and I just want to show you guys how massive these engines are. Okay, I'm about 6'2", and the wheels come up to my waist. Okay, the compartment there, right there, I'm pointing at it, I'm showing my waist, okay, the compartment there for the landing gear, it's like a damn apartment. It's huge. So I'll go ahead and let this audio play, and I have a cool UFO sighting at the end. Look at this. Check that out. I mean, it's like bigger than my freaking apartment. the landing gear. Hazardous area. Yes. It's just so huge. Here, we'll walk up to the front one. Yeah, this is the underbelly here. Again, this is the 747 that flew the shuttle around. See, that's the space shuttle up there, but I just can't get over how big the landing gear is and how massive these tires are. God, look at that. It's huge. Here we go. Now we're inside the belly of the beast. I mean, it's so big you can't even really kind of put into context what you're looking at, this is the nose. I think those are called the pitot tubes right there, where that's how they detect ice or whatever. I think, could be wrong, I don't know. I mean, I'm 6'2" almost, and you know, there's about 4 inches, so I'd say this is about 6'5", maybe 7. I don't know. Okay, inside the landing gear again. Crazy. I mean, you could probably drive a car in there. I don't know. I guess it depends on the car. All right, so I found this on Twitter. Now, immediately I thought probably what you're thinking, a drone. It is a drone, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's a drone, it's a kite, it's something man-made, it's a toy, you know, but I put some filters on it, zoomed in, and it's really odd. Now, typically when you have lights on the left, on the right, we'll call it the wings, okay? It's in a perfect time, like 1001, 1002, 1003. You see that? To me, that says man-made. When you have lights blinking in perfect unison or in perfect time, perfect timing. But then you see this odd thing in the middle, and I just don't know what to make of it. Now, of course, I reached out to the original poster, and I said, do you have any further details? And it was a big fat no. And that drives me crazy when people post things like this, kind of like I'm doing, but they have no details, no info, nothing further to add other than look at this cool thing I found. Okay, so, but now again, the original video did not look like this. These are filters. This is me zooming in, but I thought it was interesting, right? I mean, typically I can almost, I'm going to say debunk them, but this one I couldn't. I don't know what it is. Now, it seems to be like right there kind of swaying to the left, to the right. That reminds me of a kite, like a kite would do when it's kind of swaying in the air back and forth. So, could it be something like that? Possibly. If I had just a little bit more details, maybe I could crack the case, but who knows? Maybe it's aliens, maybe it's UFOs, maybe it's a toy with some kid on a beach, in a kite string. I don't know. So, but I thought it was pretty awesome. And quickly, okay, I was able to visit the Falcon 9 rocket, and, usually you can't get this close. They have like a gate around it, and, all of these barriers, but nobody was there, so I kind of snuck over here and got some awesome close-up video of the Falcon 9, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because you're not gonna see it like this, that close. It was pretty cool. It has the dust and oil and debris it had when it flew to space and landed back on Earth. They didn't clean it before they brought it to NASA. They just kind of brought it back as is. But look at that, guys. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You see right there the sidewalk. Like I said, typically you're not allowed to go under it, around it, but nobody was there. Usually somebody from NASA is there kind of keeping people off the grass and whatnot. But, I got a pretty good look at this. So, just something I wanted to share. Also, I have, I don't know, probably maybe 20-30 minutes of NASA video that I'm going to post on the channel. It's kind of their exclusive, VIP tour. But the one thing I haven't done in, God, probably 2 years is go over to the astronaut training facility and, check that out. That's where they're basically working on the Artemis program and the James Webb and the moon rover. They have, of course, the buoyancy laboratory, the NASA pool, all that cool stuff. So I'm going to schedule that online and, go over there in the next, I don't know, maybe week, 2 weeks, and So, you know, please check that out, because, yeah, this stuff takes it's a lot of work to do to get these videos. But, you know, hopefully you guys find them interesting. So, all right, guys. Well, again, we're back. I've been gone for a while dealing with some family stuff, but I'm going to try really hard to get some cool UFO videos out there. I've been saving up a ton of different things from the Apollo programs, different anomalies, Mars anomalies, moon anomalies, just everything and everything in between. So, you know, please, you know, come back and join us. So this video today, just kind of a keep busy video, and just something I wanted to share with you guys, because, you know, hopefully you enjoy it. You know, I kind of always wonder if these NASA videos are a waste of time, but, you know, I don't think so. You know, I think it's important to the cause. So, all right, guys, leave a comment below, and I'll be back. Like I said, I got a ton of UFO videos, and I can't wait for you to see them.